for some music. Hold on. Do I want to play jazz? Happy Valentine's Day. Is it giving jazz? I feel like it's giving... maybe like lo-fi. Wait, let me see what they got for Valentine's music. I'm looking on YouTube. Valentine's lo-fi? Let's see what they talk about. I'm not trying to go to sleep. This is okay. Valentine's Day beats featuring Charlie Brown. This is so adorable. I love Charlie Brown. I'm gonna keep this for now. Wait, how long is this? It said an hour and 45. That's fine. It's like I really want to dance if I'm being honest, but I also want to pick something that I can post this video on YouTube and not have to worry about copyright. Okay, so today is, of course, Valentine's Day, but it's also day 3 of a beta test that I'm a part of. So, hold on, I'm so excited. So I'm a part of a beta test, and it's these 3 men who are teaching conscious business. And so it's day 3, but right now we're doing like subconscious reprogramming. And I have a degree in psychology, so that's already exciting for me. But the fact that they're helping us with our subconscious reprogramming and like our limiting beliefs to begin, is just like, this is perfect, because I already do that, but to be a part of a community who's doing that consciously and non-judgmentally is like, I didn't even know this is what people be doing. Hold on, that's kind of loud. I don't want it to be over me. Whoo! I'm so excited, like, it's really intense for me. So one of the things that we were talking about, why I brought this up, is because in the live coaching today, we were going over our like limiting beliefs and doing more subconscious reprogramming like live, because they gave us homework, and you know, I've been doing that because I journal and I write anyway, but the homework was like identifying our limiting beliefs. And one of the things that came up was like visibility, and I've already been working on that, but when it comes to business and visibility, for some reason that is the most scary to me. Like putting myself out there and like offering something, and then commerce being involved with me being visible is like so scary. But guess what? I'm gonna do it anyway. And that's another thing we talked about today is like, you know, just feel all the feelings and do it anyway. Like, one of the facilitators is a guy named Matt Schaefer, and he's a YouTuber. I definitely fuck with YouTubers, especially in the conscious community or like vloggers and stuff like that. But anyway, that was a slight like tangent. But he was talking about, wow, I just lost my train of thought. That's because YouTube gets me excited too. So even when I was trying to explain it, I'm like, oh, YouTube. Okay, I was talking about, oh, wow. So you just witnessed avoidance. Okay, so I was talking about visibility. And what I was avoiding is talking about my spiritual gifts. It's so freaking weird to like say that out loud because like my spiritual gifts feel very normal to me. They feel like, it's like I assume that everybody else operates or feels the way that I feel, but within the last few years I've become more aware of the fact that my spiritual gifts are not common. I mean, they're becoming more common, but just like living with spiritual gifts and navigating the world with spiritual gifts has not been something that I was like fully aware of to help me navigate life. Like, life is already a very interesting thing to navigate, let alone navigating consciously. So in this live, I'm kind of like coming out the closet, like, hey y'all, I got spiritual gifts and stuff like that, and I'm building a conscious business, so you know, look out for me, because I'm really that. It's like so funny because when I write down like my limiting beliefs and stuff, they just sound so silly. Like, I'll be like, girl, you really think like that? And it's funny because I really don't have like immense self-deprecating thoughts or like thoughts of like, oh, I'm not good enough, but there's still something going on. There's still something there that I could work on. And I think that I've just realized that thing is visibility. That thing is sharing who I am. And that's because I do have spiritual gifts. I am empathic and intuitive, and I can just pick up on energy so easily. So if there is some intense emotion or just energy in general, like, I pick up on it, and I think that is what scares me about visibility. Like, it's a lot of energy. Like, I've been in theater, I've done public speaking, been on panels, but when it comes to business, I'm just like, I gotta put myself out there. No. But it's like, how are people gonna know that you even have a business or you have services or you do art? Because I'm so multidimensional, and I have somebody who mentioned to me like, oh, you gotta pick one thing, and then once you pick that one thing, then you can branch out. But it's like, I don't want to pick one thing. I'm not one thing. I'm just so many things. But it's fine because guess what? I'm gonna share all of me. And it's like, since I do have these spiritual gifts, I know what it feels like to be nervous, to be uncomfortable, to just feel all my feelings, because I feel them very intensely. Like, when I'm excited and I'm nervous, it feels the same in my body. So it's like my hands start to shake, and I can feel like my nervous system, it's like I can feel it in my back. It feels like I'm being triggered. Like one of my triggering words is somebody calling me crazy, because I was in an abusive relationship and I was being gaslighted for like years. And so being called crazy was one of those words that they used to gaslight me. Or like when I was trying to advocate for the truth, they would be like, oh no, she's crazy. And it's like, hold on, I'm not crazy. You're gaslighting me. But I didn't know that at the time. So it's like in hindsight, I know that's where it came from. But like that trigger, when it does happen, like when I am triggered, that feeling in my body is like the same feeling as when I'm excited or when I'm nervous. So it's like strengthening my discernment has been a really, really big thing. Like I really have to breathe and be present and like just be aware of what's going on, what thoughts are coming through, because it's easy to think, it's easy to interpret the feeling. It's easy to interpret the feeling as fear or, oh, I'm not enough, I shouldn't do this. Like, it's easy to interpret some of our bodily sensations as like, oh, this means I should not do this. When in actuality, it might be your nervous system telling you, well, not your nervous system. Actually, let's see, how would I describe this? Because Matt was talking about this earlier. He was saying like, so we have spirit and then we have ego. Ego is like our human. This is our individual self. So whenever we have these nervous system triggers, our ego perceives it as like, oh, I'm about to die now. Like, oh, be afraid because whatever you come up with. But spirit is never in fear because spirit knows there is nothing to fear. There's nothing outside of spirit. Spirit is all there is. Good is all there is. So it's like when you feel triggered or you feel anxious or nervous, all you gotta do is breathe and then do whatever you aim to do. Like even when you get to a place that you really want it to be, you're still gonna have feelings. So the key that I've been implementing and that I will encourage anybody watching to implement is just breathe and then keep going. Whatever you're doing, keep going. It doesn't matter what your mind is telling you, what other people are telling you, because the ego is very afraid of, what even is it that the ego is afraid of? Because I was about to say growth. Maybe it is. I guess it's like the ego perceives growth as death. So yeah, that's exactly it. Okay. Ego perceives growth as death because you have the ego that you're born with, or like the personality that you're born with. But then as you grow, you kind of become new. Like the old version of you dies and then a newer version of you is born. And so it's like the version of you that is afraid or just operating through limiting beliefs, that older version of you gets really scared when your consciousness, when your pure consciousness decides like, yeah, I want to grow beyond where I'm at right now. And it's like, that really makes a lot of sense when you think about it. Like, the ego is trying to protect you, but you also have free will and you can choose to tell ego like, it's okay, I love you for feeling that way, but we're still gonna grow. And that's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at with it. So yeah, that was the ending. Well, that's the completion of that thought. Let me see if there's something else that I want to share. Maybe I'll share a poem. Where did I put the book? Okay. Your girl about to do some poetry for you. I'm going to read from this book, Milk and Honey by Ruby K, because I don't know how to say that. It says, this is the journey of surviving through poetry. This is the blood, sweat, tears of 21 years. This is my heart in your hands. This is the hurting, the loving, the breaking, the healing. I like that. I don't even know if it's backwards. Like, I'm showing y'all like I'm a teacher. I mean, I am a teacher. Don't get it twisted. But right now, I'm not teaching. I'm just sharing. Oh, that's cute. I didn't read this part before because with this book, sometimes I just pick it up and open it and read something, and then I'll go about my day. And the poems in this book are very, very short. Let me show you. Like, this is one poem. They're all pretty short. So since I'm on this page, page 13, lucky 13. Okay, it says, you have been taught your legs are a pit stop for men that need a place to rest. A vacant body empty enough for guests, but no one ever comes and is willing to stay. I like that she do these little illustrations because this one is provocative. It gets the people going. I just already know. I'm already knowing. Okay, wait. Let me close it and find another one. Spirit, what would be relevant for me, the people watching now, or who will watch the recording? Okay. I'm gonna read both of these because they're really short. It says, you whisper, I love you. What you mean is, I don't want you to leave. The next one, with this illustration, it says, that's the thing about love. It marinates your lips. So the only word your mouth remembers is his name. It must hurt to know I am your most beautiful regret. I didn't leave because I stopped loving you. I left because the longer I stayed, the less I love myself. Ooh. So we talking about this today? Okay. I think I'm gonna read like 2 more, maybe 3 more. These are so short. Ooh, this is a good message. It's literally 2 lines. It says, if the hurt comes, so will the happiness. Be patient. I like that. We are all born so beautiful. The greatest tragedy is being convinced we are not. That's how I feel about it. It's like, wow, we are already perfect and complete. And then we come into the earth realm, and then we're convinced that we're nothing. That is so crazy. I mean, now my perspective though is that it's really cool because when I realized how infinite we are, well, I'm still realizing it, but I feel like I'm accepting it. I feel like I'm accepting it more. I'm embracing it more and I'm owning it more. Like, I'm infinite. I'm eternal. My soul is the eternal aspect of me, and so the fear of like something ending is not even true. Like, it's such a lie. And it's like, I feel like sometimes we think that, okay, I have this life, I only got one life, like YOLO type. But it's like, actually, we reincarnate and we have multiple lives. And sometimes, this just came through, sometimes the trauma that we're healing through is not just from this lifetime, but from other lifetimes or from our bloodline. So it's like, we have the opportunity to use our free will and heal not just from our current experiences, but other timelines. And we could talk about time another time because Time is an illusion as well, but we do experience the illusion of time for a reason. If you got a question about that, let me know, because I would love to share my opinion as I learn. Okay, this is probably going to be the last poem I read. It says, oh dang, she would put her last name in here and I don't know how to say it. I think it's Carr. It's the author's last name. The name Carr makes me a free woman. It removes the shackles that try to bind me, uplifts me, to remind me I am equal to any man, even though the state of this world screams to me, I am not, that I am my own woman, and I belong wholly to myself and the universe. It humbles me, calls out and says, I have a universal duty to share with humanity, to nurture and serve this sisterhood, to raise those that need raising. The name Carr runs in my blood. It was in me before the word itself existed. It is my identity and my liberation. Carr, a woman of Sikhi. I hope I didn't butcher this lady's name. And I hope that this is not backwards, because then it would be for no reason, but it's whatever. I really love this because another realization that I've had within the last year or so is that I haven't been sharing me with the world. I mean, I have been sharing me, but I feel like I can share more because I have more to share. I have experiences and lessons that I've learned, still learning, because everything is a cycle and it repeats. And sometimes, well, not even sometimes, but the design of everything is so intentional, and sometimes we don't really grasp the purpose and intention because we're just going through the motions and we don't understand, especially if we're in survival mode. Then it's like, I don't got time to figure that stuff out. I gotta pay rent, I gotta pay my light bill, I gotta pay my phone bill. All of these worldly problems that we have. That kind of took me somewhere, but back to what I was saying about sharing. It's really important to share, and I feel like I've realized more recently how important it is to share, because people can be inspired by your sharing. They can be transformed by your story or motivated to continue on, because it really is a choice to live. And some people decide to exit. Some people decide to take themselves out the game. And that is so understandable. I've had those thoughts as well. But I definitely think that sharing is caring. It's so cliche, right? But it's like sharing is caring. You have a light, I have a light. And when we shine those lights, it makes a difference. I know that people have thoughts of oh, my voice doesn't matter and things like that. And I'm saying that because within the beta testing program that I was talking about in the beginning, we did some live coaching, and Matt, one of our facilitators, brought up people live in the group, and they would ask him a question and give him some background information about what kind of limiting beliefs they have, what kind of thoughts that they have, and if they could identify where it originated, then they said that as well. But it's whenever I'm in these type of groups where we're doing shadow work, trauma work, it's a very common thing that people believe the thoughts that they have. And I remember this one time I woke up from a dream
was built to last with the whips and the weed, and I could change the past. I'm gonna change.